back, everyone. Today is round 3 of Dota 2 vs CS2. This is Crownfall Treasure number 3 versus a random assortment of CS2 skins. We'll start as we always do by viewing some of the skins for the Crownfall Treasure. I can already see why that Queen of Pain skin will be very popular, right? Thankfully, it's very accessible and probably very cheap and affordable, so you don't even need to open a case or a treasure to obtain it. That being said, we're almost to the end here, and now we're looking at the rares. We got the Jakiro, and a little bit plain for the Alchemist. Anyways, we got the Jakiro, we got the Oracle. I think these two rares are actually going to be pretty popular because they're pretty commonly played heroes. Phantom Lancer had its day, you know, but no longer popular as much. Anti-Mage, this ultra rare, not only just because it's ultra rare, but because it's Anti-Mage, it's probably going to be pretty expensive. This courier, there's no point in even dreaming. Same equal odds to win this as I do winning the Mega Millions or Powerball. That being said, we'll kick it off by opening some CS2 cases. We'll start with a Shadow case, in which we hope for... Okay, Stat Track Factory New, Rangine, Mag 10. That's a pretty good start. You know, I think that's a pretty strong start for the video. It may be a sign of good things to come. We will open another Shadow case in hopes for something even better than that. That is a Negatory. What is this battle score? Minimal Wear Survivor Z. The problem with this skin is that it's kind of meant to look like it's all beat up. So probably doesn't really matter whether it's battle scored or factory new. Probably people might even prefer the battle scored because that's kind of the whole point of it. Anyways, first Falcon case for the vid. It's a well-worn elite build. It's actually a pretty good skin in factory new or minimal wear for you know, sticker crafts, similar to the AK-47 Slate. But that being said, we are moving on to Dota again. Let's see what other things we can unlock with this Crownfall Treasure, right? I think we might get that Phantom. Never mind. For some reason, it was spinning around, and I actually thought we would get that Phantom Lancer, but it is what it is, you know. We move on. At this point, I think the only way to really break even for the Dota 2 side is getting the ultra rare, and obviously the cosmically rare courier would put us in profit. But we would have to hit the ultra rare. I don't even think the very rare Phantom Lancer skin is gonna be enough. We'd have to hit that multiple times in order to break even. Luckily, these treasures are like a couple cents, like a quarter, so it's not even too much of an impact. The CS2 end actually cost way more, which is tragic, but you know, it is what it is, right? And even for the CS2 end, I know it kind of doesn't make sense, but I had to actually add additional cases, which ended up going above the cost of the Dota 2 end for the treasures. But I had to do it because honestly, for the cost of the treasures, we were going to open like 8 cases for CS2 because I have to buy the containers as well as the keys. So the way I'm kind of looking at it is kind of like the percentage return, I guess, rather than just a raw return instead of having them being equal value. So either way, I'm pretty sure based on the last 2 videos, Dota 2, oh my god, we might actually get this Anti-Mage. No, okay. That was a sick tease. It really came down to the wire like the last millisecond. But hey, we got a Oracle very rare, so I'll take that. We'll switch it back over to CS2. We will open yet another Falcon case in hopes for gold. But no, we don't get gold. We get trash. This is what, field tested? Field tested Riot, okay. I missed the days when the UMP were pretty relevant. With the downgrade to the MP9 recently, maybe the UMP might have a comeback, but I highly doubt it. Okay, we got Dreams and Nightmares, field tested Poultrygeist. Pretty sick skin actually, especially in terms of like the graffiti skins. Probably one of the best. The only shame is that it's on a Scar, which obviously doesn't see too much play in action, except for if you're trying to troll or tilt your enemies. But you know, it is what it is. Okay, hopping back over to the Crownfall Treasure. Let's see if we can actually get some magic here. I do enjoy playing Phantom Lancer even if he's out of the meta, so on a personal level, not even like just return of investment wise or just monetary value wise, I wouldn't mind getting the Phantom Lancer skin because I play the hero, but for the video's sake, I'd like to get that ultra rare anti-mage. Cole, come on. That's a sick tease. I truly started to believe I was gonna get that lucky, but alas, it was not in the cards. I don't know if you're meant to open this many treasures in one sitting. It gets pretty, you know, I used to like the spinning animation. Use something a little bit different from the, you know, slot machine of the CS2. But, oh my god, we might actually get it. Okay, nope. That Phantom Lancer skin is really teasing us today. Let's see. Okay, we got a couple bonuses in play here. Never mind, they all disappeared as quickly as I mentioned them. I'll take the Queen of Pain. That's at least a super popular hero, so I'm sure it'll sell very quickly, even if it's not worth that much. Okay, at least they eliminated the bonuses real fast here. Gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of this Death Prophet skin. There's like a little bit too much going on. And I can't really tell if it's Death Prophet or not, even though, I mean, I guess it should be obvious, but I don't like it when the skin kind of obscures which hero you're looking at. Almost can be an unfair advantage. I mean, not really, because it's not like CS where you have like agents. Okay, we got the Jakiro rare. I'll take it. Jakiro is a super popular support hero. Almost always in meta, almost always useful, so probably sell pretty quick. Alchemist, I don't know, I actually never played Alchemist. Maybe once or twice just from like a random game. Anyways, we are moving on to CS2. We are opening some Revolution cases. And we are drawing dead so far, field tested. Fragments, another Scar skin. However, I think Revolution case is probably my luckiest case. I got 2 golds out of it. Which is unfortunate because okay, minimal wear insomnia. I always hope to get unbox that butterfly knife for the Dreams of Nightmare. I must have opened over like 200 Dreams of Nightmare cases. Never seen the gold. And then I switch over randomly to see what other cases I have to open. It's like a Revolution case. And both times that I got a gold, that was a scenario. It's just like, you know, it was a consolation prize. I ran out of Dreams of Nightmare. And sure enough, I hit the gold. I'm like, dude, I ran all my luck out. And then I end up hitting on the Rev case. Unfortunate, but, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. That being said, we're back to Dota 2. And you know what? Let me know if you guys like this new format more. I know the Crownfall Treasure 1 and 2, I had to work with my editor. The way I kind of did it is write out a script, and then I'm telling him, you know, at this point do this point do that, whatever, whatnot. So it's like a little bit of dead air, I guess, but this time I'm trying to make it a little bit more chatty. I'm trying to talk to the whole thing and then allow my editor to do his magic. He's very good at what he does. I just need to provide him a better platform to do what he does. So let me know if you guys like this style or you like the other way where, you know, it's a little bit more focused on the unboxing and maybe a little less chatty. Maybe you want me to shut the hell up. I don't know. That being said, it looks like so far it's pretty dead even in terms of return on investment wise for both CS2 and Dota. I think one of the strongest drops that we got was actually the first one being a stat track skin, even if it was a blue, and being factory new. That being said, for Dota, we still have a chance if we can land a decent bonus skin. But we will see if CS2 can continue, or rather build a streak. Okay, factory new, it's a kind of a pointless skin to be in factory new, but it is factory new Oxide Blaze. That's one of those skins, kind of like the FAMAS Survivor Z, where it's probably best in battle scored because it's meant to look dirty. Okay, we got a purple field tested Space Cat. Unfortunately, it is the Bison, but it is a pretty sick skin. moving back to Dreams and Nightmare, my favorite case to lose on. Okay, we got a stat track field tested 5/7 scroll. Not the worst, probably worth less than $1 still, but you know, a little boost up for the CS2 side. Now, as it stands, it looks like okay, Visage. Kind of never been a popular hero. I don't think Visage has ever been really meta, maybe in like the early days. But yeah, never liked the hero. Never really understood his place in Dota either. But yeah, we'll see how things go for this video. Since there's technically a little bit more spent on the CS2 end than there is a Dota, it's gonna have to be like a percentage thing to try to see who's a winner. But the last two videos, as I stated earlier, or if you watched it, you would know, Dota has almost always, not almost always, has taken the prize, the victor, the trophy home 2 times so far already. I was lucky enough to get the very rare and ultra rare hits before, and that helped bring the edge over for the Dota side. Never. Oh, we might actually win the anti-mage here. Oh, okay, let's go. We got the Phantom Lancer. This is probably not worth too much because Phantom Lancer's popularity has taken such a dip and it's just no longer a great meta hero. But it's still a win for me. I love Phantom Lancer regardless of the nerfs, right? Yeah, we got a Trent. Hello, Trent. Now we switch over to CS2. Hopefully we can keep the bonus luck going for the CS2 end. I don't think that's going to be the case, however. We got a well-worn Riot. Pretty much worth 3 cents, if even. 3 cents to sell, 1 cent in terms of return. And looks like we're not too hot here either. We get a field-tested Glock 18 Wraith. How unfortunate. Let's see if we can switch it back up to Revolution. It's my lucky case, right? So let's see what we can produce here. We produced garbage. Field tested Cyberforce. It's actually a really sick skin, but you know, no matter how cool the pattern is, if it's on the wrong gun, it's never gonna be worth much, unless it's something that's like super rare, like the, you know, AUG Akihabara, yeah, or like the Mjolnir Negev. It's pretty much never gonna be worth too much. Unlike Dota, where you can have, well, actually, not unlike Dota, where you can have very popular heroes, where regardless of the rarity, if you have a popular hero, then, you know, the skin might be worth quite a bit, just because the hero is very popular, a lot of people play it, meaning there's a bigger demand for it. Well, that just about wraps it up for the battle. Now it's time to move on to the recap. Alright, recap time. So, Dota 2 costs a total of $26.75 for the Crownfall 3 treasures. We got a total return value of $11.23, meaning we have a total net loss of $15.52. Moving on to CS2, we have a total cost for the case and key cost of $57.12. Total return was a measly $5.25, meaning total net loss is $51.87. Now, I did say I was going to do it percentage-wise, but you can just tell from the percentage already that we got roughly about 10%, a little less than 10% back for the CS2 side, whereas for the Dota 2 side, we had about a 40% return, so minus 60%. So just percentage-wise alone, Dota 2 takes the cake. So in the CS2 versus Dota 2 versus for the Crownfall Treasures 1, 2, and 3, Dota stole all 3 rounds. Clean sweep. CS2 is quickly becoming the least profitable hobby you can possibly have. So that's our video for today. Hopefully, if you can check out the other 2 if you haven't already. And if you have, you can check out plenty of other CS2 versus videos that I have where CS2 goes against TCGs such as Pokemon, One Piece, or even Magic, right? So stay tuned for more. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're entertained, and make sure to join my Discord for giveaway information as well. Link is inside the video description. Thanks for watching.